Conservative Roundtable. I have TJ on my right, Mac on my left, and I'm Kim. Today what I want to talk to you is sort of about COVID. I know everybody's sick of COVID. Everybody's sick of hearing about it. I'm sick of hearing about it. But I think there's some really important things that people need to know. I am a frontline worker with COVID. Why are we not listening to frontline workers? Why are we allowing frontline workers to be censored on Facebook, on the news, everywhere? YouTube, they're all censored everywhere. Why are we listening to Fauci, who probably has never seen a true COVID patient in his life? Yeah. And some of these supposedly experts that are sitting in their labs. I think that, you know, we've got a lot of information coming out from the frontline workers. Cases I'm hearing are not as severe as they used to be, with less people being in the ICUs. We have heard a lot of use about a drug that could be helping COVID. A drug that's been used for 62 years.
For malaria and other things.
Rheumatoid arthritis. And has successfully been used with no horrible side effects. And so supposedly now all of a sudden it has these horrible side effects. It also is over the counter in many of the European countries. And the long name I can't say, but it's, you know, but the short name is Plaquenil. Mm-hmm. And like I said, why aren't we investigating in more? I heard that in Michigan recently, one of the hospitals actually asked the FDA to use it, mm-hmm. and was turned down.
Right.
So I've got some real concerns that we have medication that can help and save lives, and we're not using it. You know, why is that? Why are our frontline workers being censored? Why can't, you know, we're not seeing the cases as bad, but the news won't tell you that.
Well, when it comes to climate change, they like to mention 90%, 97% of scientists say. So there's a consensus, which is not science, but they want to use a consensus. But in this case, what Fauci says goes. There to be no other opinion. You can only say this and only this, and if you're on a YouTube channel and you give the full name of that HDC drug, I don't know if I got it right. If you mention the full name of that drug, your video will be taken down and you may lose your channel. So why are they not interested in a consensus here? Well, I think it's pretty obvious. They have an agenda. They want to, it's political. They want to impact the election with this. And largely, I think the whole damn thing is a scam.
Well, you know that Harris, Biden's running mate, and Biden have mm-hmm. come out and said we won't have to wear masks in 3 months.
Well,
do you know when 3 months falls?
Mm-hmm.
Right after the elections.
Right.
One of my problems is it, it's easy to say the politicization of the topic, but they're manipulating the stats. Okay. And then they're speaking out of both sides of their mouth too. But we need more testing. So as we test more, the exposure rate is going up. Aha! More people are.
Oh my God! Everyone's going to die. We got to go back into lockdown.
We have a higher rate of exposure. Yet what they're failing to, I always like to use the term connect the dots. What they're failing to do is, yes, now that more people are being tested, more people are coming up positive, but guess what? The death rate is dropping. So as the exposure rate increases and the death rate drops, right now we're under a 1% mortality rate. And and that's happening because more people are being tested. They're saying right now that as much as 80% may be asymptomatic. Am I saying the right word?
Here's my thing: if you're asymptomatic, what is the problem then?
Yeah, really.
We're not going to fill the ICUs. We're not going to overwhelm the hospitals.
That was the claim. It never happened.
Yeah.
So why are we still being locked down at all?
So
why are our children not going back to school? Why?
It's about retraining us to accept the totalitarian state that's coming.
Well, haven't you heard too? Now they're talking about wearing masks outside
Yeah.
or masks in your homes.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Is this just a test to see how far they can push us?
Absolutely.
How far we will follow them
People are following.
with fear?
You got
Because of fear.
You got the Karens out there screaming in people's faces.
And this is also made possible, and I was beating this drum when really this all started. This mindset of the nanny state must save everybody from everything.
Right. Utopians we've talked about.
Yeah. The nanny state, you know, and we've talked before in previous videos, people die from everything out there. And you know, you have a greater chance of slipping on a mopped floor and than you do of maybe dying from this or something. Hey, just all the things out there that could cause harm, even death, and we must be protected from it all. You know.
So what's going to happen when flu season comes around this year?
Well, we're going to lock down again.
Are we going to
Yeah.
lock down because
Yeah.
of the flu? Are we going to be testing everybody?
We're going to report every flu death
whether
because they're going to be staggering.
because flu is going to be much more staggering than what we've just seen. I can tell you that.
Right.
You know, and the other thing is with the locking down of the schools or shutting the schools down, children have really mild effects from COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, now that has been said, they're trying to come up with different stats that
Sure.
show differently.
Right.
But when does it end? You know,
That kid who got shot in the head by the guy wherever it was, a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
He probably was a COVID death too.
you know, I mean, where does it stop? Where does it stop? And the thing is that the people that need to be listened to are the frontline workers that work with it every day.
Right.
And the fact that
But they're not. They're getting fired from their jobs. They're being censored. If you put out a video, they take it down because there's only to be this one message. And when we have this totalitarian state, so many people seem to be willing to partake in, you better get used to this being everything. You will think this or you will get re-educated. And if you can't be re-educated, they will put you down like a dog.
And that's what it's heading to.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they're censoring people who work with the disease process, I'm sorry, it's starting to look like Russia to me.
Yeah, the old
I mean,
Soviet Union.
Yes, the old Soviet Union.
Which kids don't even know about because they don't get taught about it because they're getting taught about how unfair everything is in life, which, hey, hate to break it to you, life's unfair.
Well, that's all I have for now. TJ, anything? Matt?